My name is Sarah Grossman, and I'm the Communications Manager for the Matthew Shepard Foundation. For 20 years now, the Matthew Shepard Foundation has worked to replace hate with understanding, compassion, and acceptance. There's a lot at stake right now. Because it is not required for states to report hate crimes to the FBI, we don't have complete data. Last year, I think the number was somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 hate crimes. Only 1/3 are reported, and of that 1/3, only probably a third make it to prosecution. We're looking at an actual number of 250,000 hate crimes per year in America. In 29 states, you can get fired simply for being gay. In 5 states, including Wyoming, where Matthew Shepard was killed, there are no hate crime laws at all. This work is more important than ever. The Spirit of Matthew Award is given out every single year to young people who really encompass the spirit of Matthew Shepard. He was a person who fought for the underdog. He was a person who was outspoken, unabashedly himself. This year, we are thrilled to give the Spirit of Matthew Award to Osei and Drew. Drew has a whole lot of tenacity.
My name is Drew Adams. I'm trans. I'm queer. I'm very proud. When I started high school, I had already been out as trans for a couple of months. After 6 weeks of using the men's room, I was called into the guidance office and told, "Hey Drew, you're not allowed to do that anymore." I felt alone. I felt humiliated. It sent a message to the rest of the student body that I was somehow different. That's when we started reaching out to lawyers like Lambda Legal. We filed a lawsuit against my school board. I am currently Lambda Legal's youngest client.
Drew is the president of his Gay Straight Alliance. He is a volunteer for the local LGBT center. He is one of our blog writers for MatthewsPlace.com.
Matthew's Place is incredibly important. By sharing our stories with each other, it normalizes our different queer experiences. When I was trying to figure out if I was trans, something that helped me the most was people's stories. So my goal with my blog posts is to give that to someone else.
Osei is an incredible young person who is really fighting for what's right.
I identify as gender non-binary. I use pronouns they, them, theirs. I came out when I was in the 8th grade. I had friends tell me their parents didn't want me hanging out with them. That experience kind of sparked my advocacy. I wrote for the school paper. I created this story series that I called Diversifying Diversity. I wrote a lot about my experiences as an LGBT person of color, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then I asked other people in my school to share their own stories. We actually got our school's discrimination policy changed. So now there's language in the discrimination policy that explicitly states that students are protected based on gender identity and sexuality, which is really cool because it wasn't there before.
The work Osei is doing is so important because in order to achieve justice and equality for gender nonconforming people, it's important that they have the vocabulary to articulate their struggles.
I'm just now currently ending my year as GLSEN's National Student Advocate of the Year. I want to advocate for international LGBT rights. I'm Nigerian American, and being gay is criminalized in Nigeria as of right now. People flee from the country and seek asylum in places like the United States and Europe because they're LGBT identified and need that safety. Living here in the United States, I'm incredibly lucky because I have organizations like the Matthew Shepard Foundation that fight for me and people like me. That's why this work is so important, not just here, but across the globe.
The work that Matthew Shepard Foundation does is so important. They're training police officers how to deal with hate crimes, they're giving resources to people so they can report hate crimes, and they're working to build coalitions of people who have been affected by hate crimes.
Hate stems from ignorance, and the way to combat ignorance is through education. That's exactly what the Matthew Shepard Foundation is doing.
We are compassionate, we are empathetic, we are going to change the world.